All right, listen. It's my responsibility to let you guys know for any video where this happens that I went to the Asian market and I got something called rice wine. It's pretty good. So, just letting you know. Just give it in context. All right. So anyway, this is an interaction between Abba and Preach, and I think this has to do with Andrew Tate getting banned. And I saw it on vacation, but I didn't talk about it. You know, I'm a little late to the party, but we're gonna talk about it. So I guess Ethan's making a video about Andrew Tate being banned. I watched a little bit of this, not a whole lot, but H3, it has to do with the fresh and fit allegation for 3 or 4 months ago. So we're going to have to talk about that again. Hey, thank you so much for the sub, brother. I'm going to mute those for now. So, well, I guess we're going to talk about it when we get into it. Let's get into it.
Worse, and he shouldn't have more exposure.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Wow. James Charles
what James said.
Rare James W.
Abba and Preach, these guys are fucking idiots. Andrew Tate is banned.
Jesus. Why coming out the gate so hard? Oh my god! A lot of people were against the ban. You could see Mudahar right here has he says if you actually believe bans do something, it only amplifies this shitty message onto more users through alternative platforms. Should ideas should be countered with sound reasoning in the public eye. These people should be mocked and not treated as digital martyrs. And he's got a good point. I tend to agree. Generally speaking, I don't know if it's actually going to quell the message. I mean, Facebook and all them can do whatever they want. It's their platform. But of course, I don't agree. With Fresh and Fit, or excuse me, Andrew Tate. I don't think he should have been banned, though. That's the thing. And that's a lot of people's perspective. I know for a fact that Abba and Preach clown on Andrew Tate constantly. So I know that they don't think that he's great. I don't know why you'd come out the gate so disrespectfully. And I don't know why you would wait 3 or 4 months to talk about this. But okay.
Censorship will backfire. No, it won't. Oh my god, dude. Again, more fucking men telling women... Don't ban him. The censorship will backfire. Let's watch it backfire. He's going to disappear in the next month. I guarantee it.
I mean, he has an interesting point there because if you think about it, there's really I haven't really seen many women engaged in this discourse. I asked my wife what she thought, and she says, "Who cares? He's a loser," and she didn't think he should be banned, but she also just doesn't care because he's a terminally online loser, a loser. I think that's what most women think about Andrew Tate. And the guys who support Andrew Tate, I mean, realistically, you guys are just putting a big red flag on you, and you're just, the only way that you're going to meet a girl is if you give her money. I'm just letting you know. Hot take, women aren't interested in being treated like shit or less than. So if you got money, you can act like Andrew Tate. If you don't have money, you might want to learn how to respect women because you're just not going to get any pussy. I don't know what to tell you. So,
I mean, how many people have been deplatformed that just disappeared off the face of the earth now? A lot.
What do you mean?
They're gonna go follow him to Cozy TV.
Mm-hmm.
All 400 viewers.
Enjoy your 400 views on your Gab newsletter or whatever the fuck.
I think it's totally fine for Ethan to be like, I disagree. I think it's positive. I just don't know why he's being so aggressive. Why not listen to the argument? You know what I mean? It's yeah, I think it's fine that he's banned. That's Ethan's perspective. Go for it. That's totally fine. But why be so aggressive about it? You know what I mean? Especially to people who religiously call out. Here's the thing. Abba and Preach religiously call out high value, the manosphere ship. Look at this. I got this at Disney. Isn't that cool? It's Hercules. High value mail right here. Anyway, see, look at that. This is Abba and Preach. It's Hercules. He's black if you see that. It's Abba and Preach. And they're slaying all the heads of the manosphere. This is what Abba and Preach do, right? And some of them are black and some of them are white, so they're not racist. So that's what's going on here, right? They regularly call them out, and not for nothing, but Abba and Preach are what a lot more people. Listen, this isn't supposed to be an insult to Ethan, but people look at Abba and Preach like they're real men, and this isn't supposed to be shitting on Ethan, but Ethan doesn't come off as a strong, kind of a guy who understands guy issues. So the people that are going to have more of a positive impact are Abba and Preach, because young men are going to listen to them more. That's not an insult on Ethan. I'm just letting you know that's just how people view Ethan. Just letting you know, okay? That's just the reality. You could disagree, but you're just wrong. I'm sorry. So.
What was it? The left can't meme? How many? He has like 400 views on their native platform. Now,
Okay.
did anyone actually watch this Abba and Preach shit?
It might have been good. I didn't even bring it up. He's just like, I didn't even watch it. He's just admitting he didn't watch it. Bro, what are you doing? You can't do that. This is the biggest. You have to watch content. Okay? If you don't watch content, like, bro, take this advice so soundly. If you don't watch the content, you shouldn't talk about it. It's so lazy. Like, bro, so many people are like shitting on Ethan, like, oh, he changed. I don't care about the change in like content. I do care about the laziness though. Because he used to put a lot of effort into his old videos. And now he makes this kind of content, which is fine, but he won't even put in the effort to watch the video. You're a commentary channel. You can't just not watch it. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You're just killing your, like, dude, you don't even have to listen to me, but you're killing your own credibility. And you could watch, bro. What's incredible is Ethan can either watch it on the podcast and make content out of it, or he could just like watch it on his like YouTube channel and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna, and then monetize it. You know, Ethan Reacts channel. You know, but if you're too lazy to really look into the content, then just don't talk about it.
Abba and Preach, by the way, I've never really talked about them, but they made a video defending fucking Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, like 4 months ago. So it's kind of shitty to bring it up 4 months later.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, Abba and Preach clown on Fresh and Fit constantly. This was about like I'm gonna have to get into it. I go into it in detail in the exploring my biases between Ethan and Hassan video, and this is one of the issues that I had because I just feel like Ethan like really dropped the ball on the specifics. Honestly, if we're really talking about it, my wife and I watched this together on stream, and I never posted it because she's like, I'm tired of being part of this discourse. But even she was like, you know what, like I didn't like Abba and Preach's perspective either. It's so interesting that like women didn't really weigh in on this shit too much. And I feel like Abba and Preach got closer to being correct, but they still probably weren't exactly correct after that whole situation. Which is, of course, the time that we got to bring out the whiteboard. Because I gotta qualify everything, or else you're gonna say, Papaga, you're so dumb. I'm not dumb, okay? I just drink a lot of rice wine, okay? Listen, I watched the girl come forward. And I watched Ethan's response. I watched the girl come forward. I watched Fresh and Fit. I watched the 6-hour response, and it's been a lot to mull over. And if you listen to the women talk about it, you know, a lot of women are like, I don't think that this is sexual assault, but like, you know what? It's kind of fucked up. And I was like, okay, so I've been listening. It's been a long time, and I don't even know if I got it right the first time around. Exactly. First thing I want to say is Fresh Fit. He didn't do anything illegal. And I don't think that he sexually assaulted this girl. But I do think that this girl has a reason to be a little uncomfortable. I'm going to explain the reasoning, whether you agree or disagree. It's going to be very thoughtful, okay? This is the scenario of Fresh and Fit, right? Or the fit and the girl, right? So this girl, as she talked to Ethan, and by the way, one of the issues I had with Ethan was that he was listening to her, but he was asking her leading questions. Like, if you rewatch it, you notice that he doesn't say, like, how did that make you feel? He says, did that make you feel uncomfortable? There's a lot of things with this energy of, like, looking for an answer energy, you know, and then he asserted it was sexual assault, you know, and when it wasn't. And even she said so. And then he didn't watch the response. But let me give you this, like, a rundown, basically. So, the two of them, spot number one. Let's start with, they were texting each other mutually, right? Now, she did say that he forced her to give him the number. That doesn't seem to be the case necessarily because she was the one that, like, texted first. Either way, there was some kind of mutual conversation, right? From his perspective, he was playing game. From her, like, from, we'll say H, male, M. From his perspective, he was just playing game. From her perspective, she just wanted to keep talking to him so she could dunk on him. That's what she said. Now, I don't know if I believe her. It sounded like that was a little bit of a cope because at the end of this interaction, he was a real shithead to her. We'll get there. Anyway, you know, they were talking for a while, ended up going out to a club, right? And when they went to the club, she asked him to pick her up at like 5 a.m, right? So from a male perspective, what do you think that is? She wants to fuck, right? That's the reality. I don't know what, like, that's what you would get out of that. From her perspective, she's saying that, like, she didn't want to do that. Again, I don't know how believable that is. You know, she said she just wanted to be there to chat with him. Maybe that's true. I don't know if it is true, but here's what you have to understand. She may have been apprehensive about fully engaging in this sexually, but she wanted to feel it out, right? Anyway, they go back to his place. They ended up kissing. Now, based on what's been going on, it's totally reasonable for him to go for a kiss. Is it expressed consent? No. But this is a problem with hookup culture and not like him. This is a culture problem, right? We need to understand. People like to talk about how everybody's a product of their environment until it matters. So he went for a kiss on her. He says that it was cool. He went for it, that it was consensual. She's like, oh, it was uncomfortable. Afterwards, he was like, oh, you got to use mouthwash. Your mouth smells like alcohol. So she went and she did it, right? She went and she did it, right? So she did that. So now they're hanging out again. They're sitting on the bed. She drank alcohol, she washed her mouth out. This is just another step of him being like, yeah, she's obviously interested, right? He's obviously interested. I know there's a part where people are like, I think Fresh and Fit and the two girls were together, and a lot of them are like, well, they separated them. That's a big actually factor that I haven't really. I remember this now. What you understand is like when you say that they separated argument, what you're saying is weird if you're looking at it as a negative, because you're trying to make it seem like they separated them to divide and conquer and like rape this. If they stayed together and all fucked in the same room, that would have been weird. It was like a pretty normal thing to do. You don't usually fuck people in the same room. That's really bizarre. So it wasn't this predatory engagement, okay? So I believe now we're at the point, before we get to the bed, there's another point where she's like texting her friend in the bathroom, and she's like, are you all right? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay, right? She probably thought it was weird. She was probably uncomfortable because she's 19 and he's like 32. And she probably kind of was interested in this guy. And, you know, she wasn't from the area. And, like, maybe she wanted to date him more. And she, like, what happens to a lot of girls is that they get fuckboyed. And, you know, she ended up doing things probably with him because she wanted him to like her. And that's not sexual assault, but I think that that's a problem with, like, hookup culture. Right? So she was uncomfortable. She probably did things she may not have wanted to do, but that doesn't make it like sexual assault. Like there's times where I've slept with girls before, and there's been times where I like slept with a girl before, and like I'd hang out with them, take them out to dinner. I'm like, wow, they look like shit compared to their pictures, and I would still have sex with them because I didn't want them to feel bad. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. You know what I mean? Like we have to understand that like there's like you can consent to something even if like you don't like it. It's the idea it wasn't coercive, and it wasn't coercive. Like right, she might have done something she didn't want to do, but she decided to do it because she liked the guy. And like this is a problem with hookup culture. This doesn't mean that like he sexually assaulted her. Anyway, they sit on the bed, and she's like, he lunged at me, it made me uncomfortable. He went for another kiss. After all these, you could see why, from the male perspective, like he found this to be consensual. I mean, picked her up at a bar at 5 a.m, went back to his place. They kissed, then she did use mouthwash because he asked her to. Then they get on the bed and they kiss again. Right? He goes for it. The big factor that like makes me really understand like why she made this video, and the reason why she says it's not sexual assault, is because of this situation right here where like he lifts her shirt up and he says that her tits are disgusting. That shit's fucked up. That, like, think about that. Imagine you're a guy and you're with a girl and, like, she looks at your dick and she's like, ew, that's so disgusting and small. Ew. And she starts laughing at you. You'd feel really upset. You'd be fucked up. You might be, I don't know if you'd be traumatized, but you'd be really upset. That would ruin your engagement with every woman moving forward. So it sounds like she told this story in a way where it seemed like she was just trying to play him, to talk to him, and then she was put in an uncomfortable situation, and then he insulted her. And that really fucked her up. And that's why she had a really negative framing on this video. Right? It was shitty. Myron is still a fucking scum piece of shit for this. You don't have to have sex with a person if you don't find them attractive, but you don't need to be disrespectful or rude. And what he did was like shitty, right? So from his perspective, there was consent every step of the way. And then we all end off where she's like, take me home now. So like if she was in a state where she was like really uncomfortable with him, or in a way where she was afraid of him, she wouldn't have asked her to take him. She wouldn't have asked him to take her home. Right? So this is what it is. She probably went there and she was like, I'm going to feel this guy out. And then she kind of like, you know, she's like, okay, I'll do what he wants me to do because I like this guy. And then unfortunately, this is what was the product of it. And it was shitty. And we didn't have any female commentators talking about any of this shit. Right? So from the guy's perspective, everything looked consensual, but nobody was listening to the girl's perspective. And nobody actually came out and talked about it from the girl's perspective. We just had men representing what they think women want to hear. Right? So that's what happened. I wouldn't call Fresh and Fit rapists, but then afterwards, after I watched a 6-hour stream where they showed like some extra context and some of her framing was poor, Ethan doubled down, said that Myron only engages in coercive sex, which is just not true. That's rape. Like coercive sex is like forced sex. It's not what this was. So we didn't have a nuanced conversation about rape culture. We basically leveraged a false accusation. And even if Ethan didn't mean it to be false, like a leverage a false accusation, that's what happened. And it causes young men to disengage from the conversation. I think that a lot of guys would like probably listen to what I just said and be like, okay, that makes sense now. I'd be like, okay, that's it. So that's, I think, the proper framing. I think that Fresh and Fit or Abba and Preach were a little too hard on the girl. I think that was a little shitty. It was disappointing. My wife was disappointed in them as well because we watched that video together. So I think that's fair. Yeah. Anyway, that's that situation. Now we can move forward.
Yeah, they did. They have a lot of bad
And the
takes.
problem is because I don't think Ethan talks to people that like really engage heavily in like sexual assault culture. He might mean well, but it felt like he wanted there to be a situation to like go leverage against Fresh and Fit, which I mean I think is pretty shitty. You know, because there was a lot of leading questions. And you can't be, because you know what's interesting is like there was a lot of leading questions. I think that was sexual assault. Well, how this made you feel? Did this make you feel bad or uncomfortable? A lot of leading questions. Rewatch it. It was a little shitty. And what you have to understand is if you acknowledge that there's like some kind of a power dynamic between Fresh and Fit and this, or Fit and this girl, Myron and this girl, then you need to understand that there's power dynamic between Ethan and this girl as well. And if she was only did some things for him because he was like really popular and like she really liked him, then she also is doing some things for Ethan, saying things that he wants to hear because he's popular. It's not sexual with Ethan, but you need to understand that like if you're gonna ask leading questions, like you're leveraging your power against her. That doesn't make Ethan predatory. I don't think Fresh and Fit are predatory either, right? But you can't just hold the argument. Like, it's not like all of a sudden she's being honest with Ethan. If she likes him a lot, she even said so. And so, like, he's asking questions for an answer. And so that's kind of where we get there. You have to be careful about that. And you should really be careful about sexual assault allegations because, like, this gets really deep into it. But, like, you can unintentionally implant information in people's heads based on a matter of perspective. It's true, man. This is probably more common to happen in like therapy-esque situations where somebody has like a very powerful hold over your brain. But that's why like that's something that can happen in therapy. They can unlock a memory or they can potentially unintentionally implant a memory, which is why you have to be very careful. So let's move on.
Yeah, it sucks. I watched a few of their videos like earlier this year and I thought they were hilarious.
Me too.
But then like
Yeah.
deeper dive, it's like shit.
What's the deeper dive? One video that disagrees with your perspective?
I actually had the same opinion, and I was really surprised when they're like, "Yo, Fresh and Fit."
Well, you didn't actually watch this video, so you can't really have that opinion, can you?
There's no evidence to accuse them,
Picking coconuts in Barbados.
but it's just a woman's account, so like,
Well, not really. She even said she wasn't sexually assaulted. It was like you leveraging against her account. But then again, actually, in his defense, well, I can't because he didn't watch the video. But even in that situation, I think they were too hard on the girl.
but anyway, whatever. That doesn't matter. But here they're doing the brave act, the defiant act of defending Andrew Tate.
I don't
Such
think that's
bravery.
what it was.
What?
I don't think it's defending Andrew Tate as much as it's like because even CoffeeZilla, if you look down here, if you barely see it, and I saw this on Twitter, CoffeeZilla, all you can read is I dislike Tate, but kids are going to grow up to thinking blah blah blah. It was something I can go look it up for context, but it was basically saying I don't like Tate, but he shouldn't have gotten banned, and they like CoffeeZilla. So why aren't you criticizing CoffeeZilla as well? How come on the one take that you agree with, or the one take you disagree with Abba and Preach, all of a sudden you're like, they were such good guys, but I didn't like them now. But then when it comes to CoffeeZilla, you're just staying quiet. How come? You know? I'm going to roll back to the 19th. Hold on. Okay. So here it is. I dislike Tate, but kids are going to grow up thinking they're only a weapon against stupid ideas is deplatforming, right? So this is like a pro-Tate perspective. This is like a, hey, we shouldn't just deplatform everybody kind of a take. So how come you're not really going after CoffeeZilla as well? Like, what is it specifically? Oh, I guess because they didn't make CoffeeZilla didn't make a video about it, but okay. Now that I'm thinking about it, do they watch the Abba and the video? Do they watch this video?
What is the psychological thing going here? Because all these.
Oh, they don't. I don't even know why I asked. All right, let's watch this.
Andrew Tate's banned from Facebook and Instagram. He's a genuine threat to young men. He has drawn criticism from online comments, particularly from UK advocacy group Hope Not Hate, which
You didn't even watch their full video. How do you even know what they said? Like, what if they gave you a nuanced perspective?
welcomed the most recent ban. We welcomes Meta Shift's action to remove Andrew Tate, and we would pressure on TikTok to follow this example. They must act now to prevent further spread of these extremist views. He's banned from Instagram, Facebook, and very likely he's going to be banned from other places. So first off, I don't think this ban matters at all. I don't think it matters at all because I think their attempt is to like stop this person who in their eyes is like spreading misogyny. Even if
The only reason I think the ban might actually work is because by the end of everything, Andrew Tate was a lolcow. Honestly, I think that it was working. When you have people like Hassan dunking on Andrew Tate, it does start to work. You know, people like looked at him as like a silly bullshit meme. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, people didn't really, like, some people did take him seriously, but most people were just clowning on this guy relentlessly. Like, he was an embarrassment by the end. And I know people, like, they come into my Andrew Tate videos and they cry. They try to ratio me. But even the crybabies that tried to ratio me only were able to get me to have, like, an 80-20 split. Okay? They're just like, you're fucking fat, which is true. Yeah, that's all they say. It's funny. Like, there's nothing intelligent about it except for you're just fat. And it's like, okay. Or you're just a bot. It's like, well, that's it. So, like, it might work because Andrew Tate had really very little credibility left, you know?
if that's how you view him and that's what you think he's doing, you haven't stopped whatever the movement he's coming from is. He's just a figurehead, just a face. The issues.
Their argument would be like, yeah, but there's less people to rally around. But if your true intention is to like try to go after the ideology and to try to de-radicalize men, you're probably not going to do it with this. However, you might stop some people from getting into the sphere of being radicalized in the first place. But I don't know if that's true. Because you still have some larger individuals like Fresh and Fit that are you know, they're spouting this, bullshit red pill ideology.
Between men and women, this gender-related war that exists in our society still goes on. There's going to be somebody else who comes in his place, and that stuff will never change. The second reason why it doesn't matter is that he doesn't even spread his own videos. He doesn't have a YouTube channel where he's spreading all this stuff. He doesn't
I think he had one, but it wasn't like very prominent. But they're right. Like he asked other people to do it for him.
have a TikTok channel where he spreads stuff. It's random people who are spreading this stuff.
Who's posting this thing?
They're posting it. They're taking clips. They're posting it everywhere. They're getting interviews. Like, unless you ban all mention of this man, it is impossible to stop it.
But the minute that
So they're going to be.
Well, so that might be an argument for banning almost, because like you're not really stopping anything from getting pushed around anyway. You know, you're just stopping him from being able to do it personally. So if anything, maybe this just doesn't matter.
In every comment section, reposting it on every channel, going commentate W, and guess what? You can't stop it unless you ban all mention of it beyond how just like a police. All right, let's take
W.
ourselves out of we hate this dude, okay, or you hate this dude, or whoever hates this dude. I don't care. Think about what matters in this, which is all the young folks who gravitated towards this message.
True. Yeah.
Were they all somebody who were put under a spell, or were there a lot of societal issues that existed that created the perfect melting pot for someone like this to come to prominence?
Yeah, that's 100% what it is, bro. It's really unfortunate, but a lot of young men are feeling frustrated. They're feeling disenfranchised. They're feeling like they have issues because they do. And then society, specifically the internet, says men's issues don't exist, but they do. Women's issues absolutely exist. You know, you still, right now, if I wanted to go walk out, if my wife asked me right now, can I go walk to 7-Eleven right now? I'd say, yeah, absolutely not. I'm never going to let my wife walk around outside in the dark. You never know what the fuck's going to happen, bro. And you guys know that. Like, it's hard for women to walk down the fucking street without being attacked. Well, I mean, or without having the fear of being attacked. I'm not saying it will always happen, but like, you understand. Like, a lot of women are afraid of that kind of shit. I agree with that. But then there's a lot of men. I think that a big male issue is that like there's more pressure put on men to succeed in society because they're supposed to be like the breadwinners. And you could be like, well, that's society's fault. Okay, well, it exists, motherfucker. This is the society we live in. And these dudes, a lot of young men, they can't get fucking jobs. Jobs are disappearing. We have technology displacing jobs, driving down wages, and we have a school system that's not pushing them to do the correct career path. When I was in school, I didn't know what who the fuck, most people don't know what the fuck they want to do at 18. If someone said, maybe you should be an HVAC tech, it'll beat your body up, but you can make a lot of money. Guess who'd be an HVAC tech right now? I got lucky. I'd work in a fucking bus company cleaning buses. All right? I got lucky doing this. And most men are just like, they don't know what the fuck to do because we don't guide people. My wife has asked me to leave the house. Oh my God, you guys are ridiculous. If I was going to leave the house right now to go to 7-Eleven, I would say, why, baby, I would say, this is how it would work. Baby, I'm going to go to 7-Eleven, right? That's me telling her. And she could say, no, you're not. I don't want you to go out. And then I wouldn't go out. Same thing if my wife said, baby, I'm going to go to 7-Eleven. I said, no, you're not. Let me go for you. Okay, stop with this. You guys are fucking weirdos. But we're telling men that, like, there's nothing like, oh, you're privileged. You're privileged. And, like, yeah, there are male privileges. I would choose to be a man over a woman. Doesn't mean that men don't have problems, bro. Especially in a society where it's difficult to find jobs. And so people just shit on men constantly, and they don't listen to what the fuck's going on. And then like, whoa, we're surprised that this happened. Okay. You know what I mean? And then that's why a lot of these men are gravitating towards like some of this red pill shit. That's some people are gravitating towards it. It's just what's happening.
Whether you like it or not, be it Fresh and Fit, any of these red pill dudes, whatever you want to choose, what is it that makes people get drawn to them. And this is what I've been saying for a long time. When I did the other video, I'm like, listen, red pill for me, but I understand why it's necessary.
Yeah.
Right? You can hate these movements, you can be against them, but until you deal with the underlying societal problems that lead to these movements, everything else is just putting a band-aid on an infected wound.
True.
That's what it is.
It's true.
That's what it is. You're not coming to the concerns of any of these young men, which, whether you like it or not, Andrew Tate spoke to some degree. Well, why can't they choose the better? There are no better role models. I don't know how many times I've said I get so sick and tired.
It's true. It's true. You know, like, I don't, has Ethan ever acknowledged that there's like a problem with some young men? Probably not. Like, who's saying that, like, yeah, I get why you're feeling like shit, bro. I felt the same way. It's like, I'm fucking lucky with this shit, you know?
Of fucking women just coming out of the woodwork to be like, well, they're better. What role models? Go ahead, point them out. Good luck.
Steve Harvey. Got him. Steve Harvey.
I'll wait. Because I've had people send me, and you know what? None of them have any advice that are useful in dating. Most of them have terrible advice, if any. Okay? And they have little to no experience. So I don't really care to hear from them. So I want y'all to peep the whole formula.
There's nobody like as big as them. And unfortunately, a lot of it's very hate driven. I think the big problem with the red pill is that like it blames women for male problems, I think. Because, or at the very least, it tells men to think less of women, that they're property, they're supposed to be owned, et cetera, et cetera. It's really fucking weird. And so I think hatred's a big motivator for people. You know, when you act like that, when you act like women are less than, when you have something to like redirect your anger at, you know?
We didn't talk about what men were dealing with for a long time. It led to
Did Ethan acknowledge that there's an issue with young men? Hopefully he acknowledged in this video. I need to see what he has to say. You know, because it would be relevant to acknowledge it in his video here.
Someone starts talking about it, you're like, don't speak about it. So now we're going back to the very point. They're like, don't plat for this person. Don't speak with them. Well, it's like, well, people want these issues addressed. No, get somebody else. There's better role models. Okay, so let me ask you, where are all these positive role models that y'all been encouraging this entire time? Where are they? When have they rose to prominence? Why aren't they going viral? If there's so many good ones out there, and you guys encourage them
What the fuck's happening right now?
and support them, and then they should be pushed up in these algorithms, how come it's never happened? Can anyone tell me? There's so many positive ones.
Don't look at me.
How come in the last 30 years of my fucking life, I've not seen a
Relationship guru exposed for cheating on his wife. Internet says he's blindly blind. Okay.
single one of these motherfuckers ever promoted on national television or anywhere else? How come no young men have ever gravitated towards these people? Can anybody tell me?
Listen, I'm just gonna like hot take. This sounds like shitty. But I mean, like making one mistake is different from like having an ideology that's like you should be able to cheat on your wife. You know what I mean? Which is fresh and fits ideology. I'm just saying this isn't good. You shouldn't cheat on your spouse. It's shitty. But that's not nearly the same as like saying it's okay for this to happen. You know what I mean?
Television or anywhere else. How come no young men have ever gravitated towards these people? Can anybody tell me? I'll wait. Since there's so many, I'll wait. Tell me where these motherfuckers are at.
It's it's interesting though, because if you think about it, like a lot of people who probably say that they might be their role model aren't people who explicitly talk about being like a role model for people. I think most people have role models in the real world. I think that we honestly need more. Well, we need men to step up and start taking care of their fucking kids. Let's be honest. I mean, like, what the fuck's going on there? So many fatherless children. It's the truth. They're looking to fucking some asshole on the internet to be their father figure, you know? More than anything else. So.
Oh, we got one.
Who?
Bill Cosby.
Oh my God.
So I ask you, right? And this is the more important question, because get past the ban. The ban is just feel-good bullshit, okay? This doesn't change anything. How do you get to the real problems, which are the issues that men are facing that they feel are not being talked about?
Kill all men. Got it. Pack up, guys. We figured out the problem. Kill all men. It's so funny. That was like an unironic like message on TikTok like last year or 2 years ago. It's fucking crazy. It died down, but like the man versus woman shit on TikTok is so childish. It's fucking crazy.
That's what I want to know.
Like, who puts himself in the... It's boys. It'll be fine. It's funny. It's really funny that they want men to talk. They want men to, like, to say what they got to say. And the minute we do, it's like, we hate. We this and that and the third.
I'm going to be first, probably, yeah, with my eating habits.
We can't have both, people. Like, we can't have both.
Today's video is brought to you by Raycon.
We have...
Whoa! I like that guy's haircut. Okay.
And replace my thing.
Sometimes...
All right. Listen, Raycon, go look at the video. You could buy raycon.com/Abba, but not /preach. It's kind of fucked up.
Their competitors, I'm easier. Just use the phone. Really impressed with these Raycons. And if you don't believe me, go check out the reviews with over 50
All right, maybe I'll watch. Maybe I'll buy one later.
Get 50. All right. Your Raycon purchase. That's on me.
You can't have men that express themselves on the trouble that they got and tell them to shut the fuck up because they ain't real problems and it's not as bad as whatever.
True.
You can't have both. You want to do that, but you can't have both. Like, which is it? You always want men to talk and to open up. We open up about our shit. And the other day I was talking and I was triggered. And I was talking about Whatever, you saw the clip.
Never seen Preach This Mad. Do you identify as black? I do. Sometimes. I don't even. I had no. I thought that I'd be able to like come up with a joke on the fly. Because like 99% of my jokes that I come with, it's me saying something, and then making like coming up with like a snap joke. I got nothing. I don't even know what I got nothing. So.
And I was tired of being told like that I was not black enough and this and that. It was often I told exactly who the perpetrator is. That was me opening up.
True.
That was me opening up and being frank and being real with y'all.
True.
Couple of y'all dropped me my DM. There's one particular lady that dropped in my DM. I didn't read the whole message, but whatever.
I never read the messages of women. They're losers.
Saw that. I switched. I'm a follower, but I gotta say that I'm a bit disappointed in you. First and foremost, I'm not your dad. Okay? I'm disappointed. You have to understand what the black woman is saying. At that point, that was not the point of my intervention. I told on this channel many times that I understood. I do understand. That's why most time I shut the fuck up. But I gotta tell that you motherfuckers are the perpetrators sometimes. When you open up, you're being told to shut the fuck up. So how do we solve it? And who's the role model? There's a reason why that guy gets so popular. Like he said, it's not some kind of spell. It ain't magic. You have to ask yourself, okay, why?
You know, people say this stuff. Well, we shouldn't platform these people. You know what my personal take is? I want to hear these people. Yeah. When I listen to Andrew, I don't buy into a lot of the stuff he says. I think a lot of that shit's goofy. I think he's kind of, that's me personally. But I want to hear it. You want to know why? Because I'm like, I understand why he is the way that he is, and I'm not with that, and I understand why I'm not. And someone else can look at it and be like, I identify with that. I'm with that. Okay? Then the next step beyond that is, we all have a better understanding of what we agree or disagree with. And then somebody else who's a much better role model, quote unquote, apparently you guys have him, can come out and show just as much charisma and be just as drawing. And then we have all these ideas conflicted.
That's a good point too. The charismatic aspect is right. You know what it is? And like, you know, I'm part of the problem here. Is that like there's not a lot of people speaking out against Andrew Tate who don't look like fat pieces of shit. And listen, I know I'm one of them, okay? Right? Now, it's not fair that people are like, well, you're fat, so I don't want to listen to you when it comes to like being a real man. But it's a reality. You know, you're trying to you're fighting for people's attention. So, you know, if someone wants to grab that Andrew Tate audience, it has to be somebody who's muscular, powerful, successful, in charge, etc., etc. Okay, so I gotta lose weight. I gotta get more muscular. Okay, I've been hitting the gym again. Just so you guys know, I used to train for strongman. Anyway, doing some. We're gonna get there soon. I'm not gonna get down too skinny. Get down to a solid 300 stack. Right, boom. Get back that. I don't know if I'm gonna deadlift. I've been doing stiff leg. I used to have like a 600 pull, but like it's getting old. I'm getting old. And people saying Hassan, yeah, maybe, but like Hassan kind of comes off as a fucking virtue signaler. So you know what I mean? Like if you said that there's man's problems, he'd be like, no, there's not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But like he's not exactly, you know, the most popular representation. Somebody a little bit more like middle ground, reasonably minded, you know. If Brian Shaw said something, I'd listen. Oh yeah, I love Brian Shaw. He's great. Brian Shaw is one of my favorites. Absolutely, he's incredible. I like Eddie Hall and Hafthor Bjornsson and all that, but like I like Shaw. He's an American. You know, I like the American. You know, I like the American guy. When I watch Strongman, I like the American guy. I don't know what to tell you. Fuck you. America's number one.
But unfortunately, that doesn't happen. You want to know why? Because there is no other side. So now they just see this guy getting bigger and bigger with no counter voices.
No.
And now they want to ban it to make themselves feel better. You didn't offer a healthy solution, right? You didn't say why. You didn't say how we're going to fix a problem. You just said get rid of him, get rid of the figurehead. Now, of course, there's young impressionable people, and they're going to be swayed, and it's going to cause problems. But well,
I'm not losing weight just to get people to look at my shit. The part of that was a joke. It's true that there aren't a lot of people that people like look at and go like, oh, that's successful. I'm losing weight because I need to. Like I just want you to know. And then I kind of made a joke out of it. Well, yeah.
Argue these are problems that we have to deal with. These are problems that we have to deal with as a society and confront this issue rather than just trying to ban it outright and not discuss the problem. Because if we're honest, nobody's trying to talk about it. I've watched a bunch of the news coverage on this dude that was happening on mainstream channels. And you know what they were just saying? Oh, he's a misogynist and he's inappropriate for young people. It's like, well, why are the young people gravitating towards him? What are the issues? How come y'all never spend time discussing that?
True.
No? Okay. I just noticed a pattern. I noticed a pattern. And the reason why I'm telling y'all this and you watching, whether you hate him or love him, I don't care. This is going to happen 100 times more. And it's going to be amplified. And let me also say this. When you ban somebody, you know what happens?
You just create a hero.
Because people who want information for themselves, like, why are you guys keeping me from this guy? Let me hear him. And then they go and listen to a couple of his clips, right? The more tame ones that are allowed to stay online. And they're like, this guy makes a lot of sense. You know, he's talking about the fact that a lot of young men are lonely. Like, I get that. Why is this guy banned? You guys are going to create somebody who's pretty much unbeatable.
And now,
So there you go.
it's just weird the way.
Hold on. Didn't they just ban Trump?
Yeah.
Didn't they just ban Trump? Ain't he about to win for a second fucking term?
He did try not to make that happen.
But
I don't know if he's gonna win for a second term, but
yeah, you know, the thing that's weird how you act is you think this guy, this Andrew Tate guy, is a cancer, right? So he's a symptom of a cancer, really. By removing him and not addressing the root, the cancer just comes back stronger. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. If you just remove the lump without addressing the root, the cancer comes back stronger. You're not solving the issue. That's what you're doing. Okay. That's what you're doing. If I have a recurring pain, well, you have. Why do you want to address that? You have other functioning body parts. And
yeah, my foot hurts. Why? Well, there's a rock in my shoe. All right. Well, let's just cut the foot off. You know.
in your body. That's what you're doing. That's you. That's you. You have other places that are working in your body. You're good. It don't work like that. If I have an issue, I have to address the issue. And sometimes to address the issue and to fix the issue, you have to comprehend it. If you don't understand it and you just remove it, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. But that's just me. So I understand why he's banned. I just went on the technical term with it, right? But I understand the fact that that's not how you solve the situation. But I just didn't want to repeat myself from other videos that we did.
yeah. Well, listen. Let us know what you guys think. Do you guys agree or disagree?
No.
We want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think it's a good thing? Do you think it's going to lead to a better world, or do you think it's just more of the same? I want to hear.
So here's the thing. Here's my thing. If you disagree with that take, there's perfectly fine and reasonable. Because maybe there's areas that you think that he's wrong, and maybe there's areas, or they think that they're wrong. Maybe they are wrong, right? I gave a couple of contestments to it, but like overall, I understand where they're coming from. But to just call them fucking stupid and to just try to they're leveraging like the fresh and fit accusations against them again, just to try to like not intelligently engage, you're a loser. Like if Ethan's like watched the video and said, I watched it, and you know what? I think it is okay to ban. I think that we should get rid of this. I think that, hey, you engaged intelligently. I respect that. Instead, he just calls them fucking idiots. That's why people don't really like you anymore, even. Because you're a dickhead. And the problem is that like when you go after somebody like Abba and Preach, guys who like do their best to be as like they go in a concise manner, they do their best to be as like nuanced as possible, and give you their take, and they receive criticism well. For you to just be like, fuck those guys, you're like, all you're doing is pandering to your audience. All you're doing is saying, guys, yeah, like that don't know who Abba and Preach are. But the people who know who they are, even if they disagree with Abba and Preach, they're gonna like Abba and Preach more because they're respectable. But let's put on the hat my wife's grandmother bought me when we went to St. Augustine.
These guys are like, I don't agree with him, but it's like,
Oh, that's called like a nuanced take, Ethan.
they want to present themselves as like the enlightened free speech warrior.
Yeah.
What? Bro, they're just good guys that think more than you do. Dude, bro, how do you guys defend Ethan with shit like this? I don't get it. Like, dude, this is, people are popping out, you have a bias. This is why, I have a bias? Dude, this is the way that this motherfucker presents himself. How do you not look at him and go like, fucking idiot? Like, dude, he's not even engaging. He's like, you have a nuanced take? They just want to be free speech wars. They're grifting. Are you projecting, Ethan? It sounds like you're projecting. Not everybody's grifting for fucking views. Like, some people just have a perspective that isn't black or white. In fact, that's probably the best thing to do. Like, how are you going to do commentary then shit on people with, like, level-headed commentary? It doesn't make any sense. You're fucking insane. Like, oh, please stop. If you say that I'm biased against Ethan, fuck off. You're annoying. Because this shit is fucking enraging, bro. Like, this is a real conversation about, like, de-radicalizing young men. He's like, oh, you're trying to appeal to the young men who identify with Andrew Tate because they feel disenfranchised, and you're trying to de-radicalize them by showing them an alternative way? They're just trying to be woke warriors. Bro, come on. You think Ethan's a well-meaning idiot? I mean, how much charitability should we have for Ethan anymore? He's well-meaning. He doesn't even watch the content. He's lazy. He's fucking lazy, bro. I don't know what to tell you, dude. It sucks. All he has to do is listen and disagree, and it'd be totally fine. Instead, he's just, like, playing the dumb fuck game.
Yeah, a lot of people, have strong opinions about free speech and discourse and what should be allowed.
But I don't think they care, Dan. I think they
Why?
care about their perception. Because
well, you see, why don't you think they care? You've never heard them talk. You don't listen to they didn't see their take. I don't think they care. This is just like an easy, this is what like really unintelligent, bad content creators do. They'll look at somebody who disagrees with them and they'll just say they don't care and nothing matters. And they won't give you any evidence. They won't even watch the video. It's the same shit that Hassan did to me. Like, it's the childish bullshit. It's lazy. It's pathetic.
If you cared about free speech, you would understand
What?
that it has nothing to do with YouTube in the first place
You didn't even watch the video. You have no right to speak on any of this.
Right.
as a concept.
Well, free speech is a more broad philosophical idea rather than the type of free speech that's actually
Wow,
enshrined by law.
Dan's taking W's today, actually.
Well, I'd like to know what Abba and Preach think if the KKK had a YouTube channel.
One of them was
recruiting
just
people.
one of them was just on the stream with the neo-Nazi
Nick
guy last week
Fuentes?
or whatever. So
Yeah.
that I would say that they think that is fine.
Oh, dude. Bro, what? Bro, this is so dishonest. First of all, Andrew Tate's not the fucking KKK. Like, if you think Andrew Tate is the KKK, you're an idiot. Like, we have to stop. We should ban the KKK. That is an incredible, dangerous philosophy, centralizing around murdering black people. Andrew Tate doesn't talk about murdering people. If you think that they're the same, you're lazy and you're not engaging in this intelligently. And I'm sorry, but you need to take a second look. That's number one. Number two, Abba was on shitting with. Okay, it was Abba. It was Sneeko, Destiny, Nick Fuentes, and Young Don. Did I forget anybody? And once Destiny got in there, they were slam dunking Nick once they became educated on how racist Nick was. Okay? Stop trying to say because he talked to somebody with a shitty radical ideology that he must be a shitty radical person. Because the assertion here is like, yeah, he was talking to a guy that thinks black people are the same, like fucking a black guy is the same as fucking a dog. But they're cool with that guy. No, dude, they think he's a fucking idiot. Like, dude, Gideon was there. How did I forget Gideon? Of course, Gideon, sorry. Bro, this is pathetic. They dunked on Nick Fuentes. I think it's fine to sit down and engage with somebody with their ideology to de-radicalize people. Right? Maybe you won't de-radicalize Nick Fuentes, but you might get his audience that watches Nick Fuentes. Pull a lot of those young men away from the alt-right pipeline. Part of that pipeline, where they want to hear it, is like not creating a space for some people. Right? It's like, hey, I don't really know if I like the leftist narrative, and it's like, well, then you're a Nazi, and they're like, okay, I guess that's all I got left. Abba and Preach are just trying to catch people in the middle. I don't know what the fuck you want me to tell you. Like, this is insane.
That interview was so fucking crazy.
I would like to see.
I doubt you watched it. I watched the entire thing. It was like 5 hours or something, 4 hours. I watched the whole fucking thing. I did a reaction commentary to it. I know exactly what happened in that conversation.
Shit, yeah.
It's easy to say it's fine, you know what I mean? But it's a whole different thing when the
so
KKK has they have a fucking million subscribers, they're getting a shitload of views, and people are joining the KKK.
Well, this isn't the same thing, so.
Everyone's thinking that this is a really good idea, this KKK thing.
Okay.
CoffeeZilla, who I don't think I've ever seen a bad take from him. He's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, just to go back, like this idea that
What did I say before? Why aren't you criticizing CoffeeZilla? CoffeeZilla, who I don't think I've ever seen have a bad take. Let's go back up. Let's go back to these guys. Why not just be like, I disagree with that. He can't even, bro. Do you see how Ethan can't even disagree with a take with somebody? Like he thinks disagreeing with CoffeeZilla means that he's the enemy number one, so he has to go back and pretend that this didn't happen. It's fucking crazy, bro.
all censorship is bad. It's not. Like censorship is not all back. Like this idea that all censorship is bad.
Where did they say all censorship is bad? In the title, it says Andrew Tate is banned. This censorship will backfire. This. Not all. This. Where do they say all censorship is bad? They gave you like a 11-minute nuanced take. If you ask them, like, what do you think about the KKK? They might even say, yeah, I doubt they say yes. But like, yeah, no, that's a little different. Because I could see a lot of disenfranchised young men while they follow Andrew Tate. We have to fix that problem. But when it comes to the KKK, they just want black people dead. There you go. There's your answer, Ethan. How those are different. This is crazy, dude. How do you, Ethan just can't, dude? Like I'm so sick of having I'm sick of like I'm so fucking sick of like trying to like be so good faith charitable to Ethan when he plays this fucking piece of shit game every fucking day. It's exhausting. I know I have fan crossover and people are like, Papa Gut. This is why I try to be like really charitable, Ethan, because like Papa Gut, he's a really good guy. He just maybe he gets stuff wrong sometimes, and I think you just gotta try to do your best to be more charitable. It's like, okay, I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna try to listen to you. I'm gonna try my best. Bro, I've given Ethan so much, and this motherfucker cannot stop fucking it up. He is a bad fucking person. Or at the very least, he's a lazy piece of shit. And he doesn't even engage in the content. I'm not just going to hate him on virtue of it, and on him, and there's going to be takes where I probably agree with him. Like the whole NRA take. I was like in defense of him. But I'm tired of when like Ethan's doing a bad thing, of trying to like be as charitable and nice as possible. Because it's undeserved, bro. He's so bad. He's so bad. And like you could be like, I don't agree. You don't have to agree. I watch all of this content. I know the videos they're referring to. I'm very educated on what they're talking about because I engage in it. That's what we do. That's what we do here. Constantly engaging in this anti-red pill shit and all this stuff. All Ethan does is clickbait an Andrew Tate video. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like just Jesus Christ. It's fucking crazy.
It's not. Like, censorship is not always bad.
They didn't say it was. What, dude? Like, you're trying to like gaslight people in their face. This is crazy.
Some things need to be censored.
Okay.
And again, everyone agrees with that. Okay, everybody does.
Wow.
It's just a
This isn't anyone's argument, Ethan. Who are you arguing with?
matter of where you draw the line.
Okay.
Coffee Girl said, "I dislike Tate, but."
Okay, this is where you draw the line. Okay, so they draw the line differently than you, and you just try to make it seem like they never like censorship. You're fucking nuts.
But kids are going to grow up thinking their only weapon against stupid ideas is deplatforming.
Now call Coffeezilla a fucking moron.
You know.
Oh,
it's just
wait. So why Fresh and Fit? I mean, excuse me. So why Abba and Preach? You know what I mean? Come on.
It doesn't happen that often. The deplatforming. And I mean, kids are growing up thinking that. I think more kids are growing up thinking that you can R-word a girl because they deserve it because of Andrew Tate.
That's quite a stretch. Jesus Christ. I mean, is he referring to what is he referring to? Is he referring to that tweet that he made a while ago? I feel like most of it is like disrespectful to women, but Jesus Christ. Okay, whatever. Are they done with Abba and Preach?
I don't know. I think this is a huge, broad generalization that sounds interesting, but I don't think it really is. I mean, how many people actually get deplatformed? It's like I can count it on my two hands.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
And again, this isn't misinfo. This is a violent hate group.
Well, no, it's not, but okay. It's a bunch of like young, dumb fucking
Not saying anything
kids.
We're not seeing this as a violent hate group.
It's not.
That face when you're terrible at arguing, but you run a social media company.
I think we're pretty much good.
I mean, interesting down
Saw
job.
that.
I think we've
In 4K. Andrew Tate has been banned. Yada yada. I don't agree with him, but banning people because they say stuff you don't like is just straight soft. You mean like the KKK? Would you be down? Do you want the KKK or not?
Yeah, this is embarrassing for Ethan. Like, this is annoying. It's just pathetic and childish.
Both of these statements are true. I don't agree with a lot of Tate.
Okay, let's move on to the Abba and Preach thing, because that's what we're here for. All right.
So I was like, oh, okay, where's the mouthwash?
Stop!
Do you notice it? Do you see it now? Do you see it?
No.
Whenever it's a black person.
Whenever
Whenever it's a black person. Whenever it's a
You're too stupid to understand.
Okay, today's topic.
Abba and Preach. These guys are idiots. Andrew Tate is banned. Censorship will backfire. No, it won't. Oh my God, dude. Again, more men telling women. Now, did anyone actually watch this Abba and Preach shit?
So you call this fucking idiots for a video you didn't even watch? And you didn't even... This is so...
My wife asked me if I took the Coke Zero out of the room. Look at this. You see this? You see this is a call to Coca-Cola Zero. Now, just so you guys know, Coca-Cola is usually black. This is a clear bottle. You want to know why? I took the Coke Zero. I drank the fuck out of it. All right, so yes, the answer is yes.
So on par for Ethan and his stupid ass friends.
Abba and Preach, by the way, I've never really talked about them, but they made a video defending fucking Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, they have a lot of bad takes.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of
it
bad takes.
sucks. I watched a few of their videos like earlier this year, and I thought they were hilarious.
Me too.
They have a lot of bad takes, but a lot of their videos are good. But I watched one and I disagreed, so they have a lot of bad takes. We didn't even actually watch the video, by the way. You didn't watch the video.
But then like
Yeah.
deeper dive, it's like shit.
I actually had the same opinion, and I was really surprised when they're like, yo, Fresh and Fit, there's no evidence to accuse them.
Picking coconuts in Barbados.
But it's just a women's account, so like...
He's talking about.
Oh my God!
He's talking about
This man gotta be one of the slimiest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. He's actually sitting there trying to make it sound like Fresh and Fit defenders. Bruh, not even their fan base would echo what the fuck you're saying right now. That's how goddamn brain. You think we are what?
He's stupid.
To who?
True. Yeah.
What?
They fucking clowning them all the time.
How? This dumb mototherfucker said what?
I just want to point out, Abba's trigger game is so good that he's triggering his own self. I didn't do shit. He's triggered right now.
How?
His game
Have
is...
you not done a simple Google search, motherfucker?
I'm not,
Yeah, it's true. Look at all these. They clown them all the
not
time.
one. Not one.
Listen, we've done enough videos clowning these dumb people,
My
okay?
God.
Yep.
Them aside,
Yep.
we do
Yep.
one video in their favor. Not because all of a sudden we turned to leave. You wanna know why we did it? Because Ethan, what you did was so goddamn fucking stupid. You brought on some young teenager to come tell salacious lies about another man just because you dislike them so much, you're willing to allow someone to come on and tell disparaging lies just to get back at them. You lack so much character.
See, and that's obvious. That's the area where like I disagree. I don't think that she was trying to be like slanderous, or I don't think she was trying to go after him or his platform. I think that the way that she interpreted it wasn't good. I think it wasn't good, and I think it might have even been intentional. And well, maybe not. I think that a lot of times this happens with people is you'll go through like an entire interaction, and a lot of it'll be positive, but it'll end poorly, and then you'll get upset, and you'll like you'll look at the entire interaction as negative, and you'll look at it all through like a negative lens, right? I wouldn't doubt that she felt uncomfortable around the guy. I still think that I think that what she downplayed is that she liked him, and she's like, I was trying to dunk on him. I think that she liked him, and then she got really upset. Again, dude, what did they say? Myron lifted up her shirt and laughed at her breasts, bro. That if a woman pulled my pants down and left at my penis, I'd cry, right? Like at this point I wouldn't care. I'm married, but like, dude, if I was like a 20-year-old, bro, when I was 20, I was so self-conscious, dude. I would have fucking cried, bro. You know what I mean? I would have like, I would have fucking got devastated. I would have been so upset. I would have been so fucking upset. You know? Once you have more sexual confidence, you're like, yeah, some girl I've slept with girls who like really big dicks. And I remember one girl, we slept together, and she's like, yeah, usually guys with like really big dicks. And I was like, okay, so how was it? She's like, it was okay. And like if I was like, okay. You know, I was like, okay, like it didn't upset me. Because like some girls just like big, you know what I mean? But like when you're 20 years old, bro, and you're fucking, and you, that would do it. Ooh, and she was really nice about it too. She was really nice. She probably just slept with me out of pity. I've done that too. She probably was just like, oh, she got to the point, she's like, all right, I'll fuck this guy. I feel bad. I'm going to fuck him. I've done that to girls too, where I'm like, oh, Decepticon. You know what I mean? Those girls on Tinder that do this. Hey, you know, it's like the same as a guy with a fish picture. The camera up here, and you're like, yeah, she's kind of cute. And then you meet her and you're like, oof. And you still buy her dinner and you still have sex with her and you don't talk to her after. Because I feel bad. And if I don't have sex with her, she's going to feel ugly, you know? But anyway, you don't have to do that. My point here is that like that's really upsetting for her. And I totally get it. And I can see why she's upset. I think that her account of the situation wasn't accurate. I think some of it was like the framing that she didn't like him at all was dishonest, but she didn't have any intention of leveraging a false accusation against him. And so I disagree with them on that point. You know what I mean? But yeah, I actually watched the videos, so.
That you bring on a fucking liar. Try to encourage her to say that she was somehow like
Bad. This is very bad. I think he may have assaulted you. I mean, at this point,
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that, but like, again, like.
See, and that was one of the problems, is that a lot of the language was leading questions. Ethan didn't ask her questions. Ethan suggested things and waited for answers. I sounds like he assaulted you. Were you uncomfortable? You probably uncomfortable. Were you uncomfortable? Again, if you understand that there's like the power dynamics, you understand like, okay, she might have done some stuff for Myron because he was like popular or she liked him. That doesn't mean that he's abusing power unless he does it maliciously, like something, you know what I mean? Like if you're a rich guy and a girl's like more willing to like make concessions for you because you're rich, because she likes you, like she's willing to like stay home or whatever. I don't know. That's fine. Like you have to understand that like there's people like this is called compromising. Doesn't make it malicious, right? But if you're acknowledging that there's a power dynamic with Fresh and Fit and this girl, then acknowledges there's a power dynamic with Ethan and this girl, and like he, you know, she likes you a lot too, Ethan. She said that. You know what I'm saying? So like, how do we even know she was being honest about everything? If you're leading her into certain areas, how do we know if she's being honest, or more that she's just trying to make sure like, oh, I want to say what he wants me to say. You know what I mean? It goes both ways. You can't just pick and choose when these things happen.
I don't want to say that, but I'm going to let you make your
Go watch the convo. There's tons of times where he was leading her.
assumption.
Right? Just because you hate somebody, that's how twisted you are in your head. And you got the audacity to call us defenders? No, it's not that we're defenders. You're just so fucking unethical. That we saw that shit, we said, damn, we gotta defend these niggas.
We saw.
And then I go to the bathroom, like in the kitchen. He's like, "That's not where the mouthwash is." So I was like, "Oh, okay. Where's the mouthwash?"
I will say one thing. You picked a girl with 1 like on her video. Come on, bro. What are you doing? I have 1 like on her comment.
You oh my god! I'm not addressing this.
We didn't defend them. We defend the
See,
prison.
this is like the area where I wish they were more sensitive to the girl. You know what I mean? Like that would have been nice. I don't hate them for it. I just feel like there was, you know, I feel bad for that. I wish they were a little bit more sensitive.
Of it, which is you brought up somebody who came to tell on some lies about somebody to disparage their reputation. Okay, and Ethan, you might wish that somebody did the same for you, because I remember very recently you were in some kind of little scandal where people were claiming that you guys were mistreating your employees and left a bunch of.
An influencer brand is accused of fostering a toxic work environment. The YouTube behind it. Oh my god, the YouTubers behind it say it's an orchestrated attempt to tear them down. Okay, so like, yeah, fair point. False allegations for like, you know, it's a false allegation, so you should be a little bit more understanding of false allegations.
Reviews, and you said these are all false. These are all false. Well, guess what? Why don't we believe the people who claim that you did something wrong? You want to know why? Because we require evidence, proof that people are telling the truth when they want to disparage somebody. You think I would decide to go interview those people and try to have them send me stories so I could take you down because I just dislike you? Of course I wouldn't do that. Why? Because that's unethical. And I hope one day when you get caught in a much bigger scandal, because it will happen, all right? Somebody will make up something about you. Or maybe it's true. I don't know. I hope that people don't just jump on that bandwagon because they dislike you.
I hope someone actually takes the time to have the evidence.
There's one thing to dislike these guys, criticize them, do whatever you want.
And that's what we did.
You brought up somebody who came to tell a bunch of fucking lies with a nonsensical story and then encouraged her to make the crime sound worse than what it actually was just because you hate them. That's you.
Very verifiable. Very verifiable.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Talk about I'm lost. Bitch is 5-minute walk away from her place. Fucking Google Map that shit. You in downtown.
Yeah, so they're referring to there was an area where did I not turn? I didn't mute these. Sorry, guys. Hey, thank you so much for the sub, brother.
For 5 months. Got me bricked up in.
Thank you. So ridiculous. They're referring to the fact that at the end she wanted him to take her home, which shows to me that she wasn't super uncomfortable being around him. At least like she didn't feel afraid of him. More, she was probably uncomfortable after he made fun of her breasts, which is really shitty. But she was like a minute away, so they're referring to that. Again, like I really do wish that they would have more of an understanding about like the scenario where like they like the scenario where like she has every right to be like really upset with that. Like I just feel like that would like if we personalize that would fuck me up, dude. I just wish they would be more sensitive and understand. Like they don't have to like completely change their whole perspective because of that. But it'd be nice if they acknowledge that, you know?
5-minute walk from your place. Talk about I'm stranded. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Oh, you Google. Oh, wow. You.
No, they Googled it.
No, you triggered your own self.
I guess, but this guy is really a goober. He got so much to say. The motherfucker didn't watch the video.
He didn't even watch the video.
True.
He didn't have, make no research, no Google search, nothing.
Bro.
And then you're gonna say that's really the audacity. Calling us, you're gonna tell me that we are fresh and fit defenders. Motherfucker, are you high or retarded?
You can't use that word anymore.
Are you high?
Oh my god. You know it's terrible because I'm always telling people they shouldn't use that word. And like, you know, but like when you sometimes there's somebody that says something so fucking outrageous, it makes me want to say it again. I've been trying to do my best to work that out of my vocabulary because I know it's wrong. And you know, my wife works with is behavioral specialist for adults with intellectual disabilities, and And ever since I started talking to her, I've been like trying to do my best to not use that language anymore, and I really get it out of my vocabulary. But then sometimes somebody says something so fucking outrageous that that's what you want. That's the first word that comes to me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm not going to say it. But, you know, Ethan, you make me want to do the wrong thing sometimes. Listen, I'm just being fucking honest. If you think I'm an asshole for being honest, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Okay? I do my best. Okay? And that's why I haven't said it. But sometimes I'm like, okay? It's crazy. I'm not trying to be an asshole. It would be funny, though, if, like, out of the entire segment when I post on YouTube, that, like, that's the only part that makes it to the H3 podcast. They're just like, oh, if it even, I mean, it's not going to get on there. You know what I mean? I'm a nobody. But if it happened, you know what I mean? Like, that would be the only part. See? You wanted to say the R slur. This guy's a bad guy. You got like an hour and a half long video. Did you say the fucking R slur? See? This makes him a bad guy. I'm not going to have, I don't have to engage with anything else, you know?
You can use that word. Or retarded.
Or late.
In French. I thought, you don't know. Whatever.
Matter, but here they're doing the brave act, the defiant act of defending Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Such bravery. What is the psychological thing going here? Because all these guys are like, I don't agree with him, but it's like,
yeah, that's called like a nuanced take. We already said that before, but okay.
They want to present themselves as like the enlightened free speech warrior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, this is a Hassan talking point. I'm telling you. This is Ethan's getting all of his shit out of like the Hassan playbook. And that's how he just like, that's really all this is. That's it.
A lot of people, you know, have strong opinions about free speech and discourse and what should be allowed.
But I don't think they care, Dan. I think they just care about their perception.
Whoa.
Because if you cared about free speech, you would understand that it has nothing to do with YouTube in the first place.
Oh my God.
What?
Our video wasn't about free speech.
Oh my. Yeah, but when you don't watch it, you don't know that.
The video had nothing to do with free speech.
Jesus Christ, man.
Free speech, I don't even think
That's true. They didn't even bring up the term free speech. That's actually a good point.
it was mentioned a single time in the video.
I mean, it was like kind of, well, you know, he didn't even bring it up. They actually focused more on like, they're just going to martyr Andrew Tate and then they're not going to help the young men who are gravitating towards him. Like wrongly, but justifiably. Yeah, that's a good point.
The laziness.
The video was about addressing the issues that men deal with that are being unaddressed in society, leading to people like Andrew Tate. That's why we said it would backfire, because another guy like him will come along who's much bigger, much worse. Okay? That's why we said that.
Oh my God.
But of course, when you come on these platforms and give dumb takes on videos you didn't even watch, you can afford to say stupid shit about free speech, free speech.
True.
A lot of people ask me, I don't know about you, but they go to my DM, it's like, yo, what or when I meet them, it's like, yo, I'm going to start to do commentary. What are some of the keys and points that you could tell me in order to succeed and this and that? And
Bro, one of the things you got to do as a commentator is watch the content you're doing commentary on. Pick a style and double down on it. You know what I mean? Like their style is watching the video and then like watching it live. It looks like they watch the whole thing and then they kind of cut it up. And then they put up like, you know, the relevant parts, which makes perfect sense. But I just watch the whole fucking thing. Right? So that's you know?
I often tell them,
and that's why they link the timestamped area in the H3 video where they talked about it, which makes sense. But like that's if you just watch the whole video, you don't have the timestamp shit. It's just on the screen, brother. It's also easier to edit.
yo, do your thing, and eventually you're gonna get better at it. Let me add this fucking shit. Don't be fucking lazy.
True.
Don't be L3.
Watch.
Oh my God.
If you got to comment on some shit, actually watch the shit that you're gonna comment about.
And listen.
That's the first. Fuck listening. You gotta watch the bitch first.
But if you don't listen, then you don't watch it.
Watch the shit. At least if you didn't listen. But
one of the good things about watching shit live too, which was what Ethan should have done, is that if you fuck up, it's like if you. Whether it's intentional or like I've unintentionally misinterpreted what some people say sometimes, but the whole video is there. So there are people in the comments that are like, "Papa got you fucking idiot," and I'll be like, "Oops," you know what I mean? Sometimes you just like you're listening. Sometimes you just miss something or you misinterpret something. It happened before. We were watching this like bullshit like takedown video against Daz, and like I didn't interpret something the right way, and then people were like, "Papa, no, they mean this," and I was like, "Oh, okay." That's one of the things that helps me watching live too. Is that people in my audience on Twitch will be like, bro, what are you like? You have to like, you're not interpreting this the right way, and then I can go back and go like, oh, this makes sense, right?
But you watch, I'm like, he missed the point. But if you didn't even,
why doesn't Ethan at least hire somebody to watch it? You know, at this point, I've been saying that, but I don't even think that's good either. I think that Ethan needs to watch it. You can't have other people watching it. You need to do it yourself, or else you're just getting a response from somebody else about the thing, and like you still don't know personally. You know what I mean?
Then watch.
You out here pontificating. About
You just talking a whole bunch of shit, my dude. You didn't even watch. How lazy
Bro.
do you got to be?
Bro, I've been saying this for like a month now, okay? I'm a trendsetter, all right?
To know that's what commentary is. It's not just commenting on shit. You actually have to watch it.
Bro.
Like you're talking about shit that we're not even mentioning in the fucking video, and you're making a case out of it. I don't know how disingenuous you is, or if you're doing that shit on purpose. You didn't even watch.
All right, let's go.
Wow.
These guys are trying to be enlightened. Motherfucker, you need to start by turning on the motherfucking lights on. Cause bitch, you in the dark and you shooting.
We trying to.
All right. That I didn't like. That joke was just lame, bro. Come on. But you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Sorry.
And you don't even watch.
No, you shoot and you miss. You talking about? We're not even in the room. Who are you shooting at?
This motherfucker's just shooting like this. They live right here. Go, 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 go. What are you doing, my guy?
Hey,
at least turn your head and watch where you're shooting.
Hey, listen, I think you've been hanging out with Hassan too much because you started sounding like his dumb ass talking about. I didn't even watch these guys. Were they talking about me? I think they're transphobic. You sound just like it.
Free speech is a more broad philosophical idea rather than the type of free speech that's actually enshrined by
Oh, I can't wait for them to reference the KKK thing.
law.
Well, I'd like to know what Abba and Preach think if the KKK had a YouTube channel.
One of them was
Oh, well, they'd probably love it because, what?
one of them was just
This guy really thinks it's a gotcha. Oh, wait. These guys are black. Let's rebut them. The Ku Klux Klan. You want to know the truth? And this is something that black people echo. You know what black people are really tired of?
What's that?
We're tired of
I can't think of a good joke.
innuendo when it comes to racism. We're tired of like the subversive stuff. You know, the stuff where people act condescending to you and act like you as a minority can't think for yourself. So let me, the enlightened liberal, tell you what you should think.
Oh yeah, Ethan's getting piled for this shit, bro. And even if it's not because I think we've been talking about it, and there are areas where I definitely think at least Hassan's take was racist, right? But like even whether it's racism or not, bro, there is some form of condescension there. There is a problem with Ethan's content that is like condescending dick bullshit. So like if you're like, well, it's not racist. Well, why the fuck do you think that there are so many people saying that it is? Like, just sit back and like listen for once. You didn't even watch their video. Like, this is the problem. You're not interested in listening to people. So don't talk about it. Don't bring them up. It's just like it's like a lazy win for you. But you lose. Every single time you play this shit, you lose more and more. People are looking at you going, eh. It's just a reality, bro. You're just destroying your own credibility. Well, especially since you could have been friends with these guys easily. You could have listened to the video and be like, I did agree or I disagree here. Let me see if I can have them on. There's a spider on my wall. Let me see if I can have them on or like do discourse, even if I don't agree with them. Use your platform to speak against them. But instead, you try to play the game where it's just like, well, we can't platform them or else they're going to win. But they're already winning. Your credibility is getting fucking dumpstered. It's getting assassinated. Like you're fast tracking you're like deplatforming to or like your loss of credibility because you're not going to like disappear. But less and less people are going to watch you for like takes, and more people are just going to watch you for like as noise. Like realistically speaking, you should really sit back and think about this. And it's like, if you just started your channel today, would people actually watch you? Because if you're not making, like, this is the thing is people are comfort watching you more and more every day. Because, like, you're just being lazy. You know?
In a word that you're gonna understand. Yeah. Let me put the KKK because you don't understand the other stuff.
Yeah, you don't understand the concept. So let me use something that you, a black person, wouldn't be able to understand, right? That's what we're tired of. We're tired of.
And you want to know what? And like, I know I was going on a whole thing before. I don't know if Ethan brought up the KKK because they're black or just because it is such a, it's the most extreme example that you can give, right? Because like that, sometimes people, this is like a weird thing too. A lot of times people, when they're looking for like, they go to the extreme. What about the KKK? Maybe he was saying it because they're black, or maybe he's saying it because that's the most extreme example he could think of. He could have thought of like Nazis too, but it's possible. I know I'm being charitable to Ethan again, but it is a little weird when every single time there's like a conversation, it's like, well, what about black people? You know what I mean? It's like weird if you think about that. What about the KKK? Well, Andrew Tate is not the KKK. So,
listen, I grew up in a different time where black folks and white folks used to fight each other all the time, and they used to just say what they thought. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, I preferred that time. You want to know why I preferred it?
Because it was straight up in your
Not
face.
because racism was worse then, because let me tell you, it wasn't. but you knew what the other person was thinking.
It was straight up.
Okay,
I get what
don't
he's
like
saying.
you.
Yeah, it's funny. I grew up with like a lot of black and Hispanic people, and like none of us really acknowledged race. And I'm like their age. I'm 32. It just must have been like a different area. I don't know. You know?
Okay.
I
didn't learn racism until I started making Italian friends. And I'm just kidding. That's when I started playing online video games. Then I started to learn what racism was, and that's let's ban all video games. Am I right, guys? Ban the voice chat. All right.
nowadays deal with a lot of this like patronizing, very just like subtle kind that I can't call out directly, right? Because there's no proof. And so if I say everybody gaslights me, I'm like, no, it's not there, right? I told you that story, right? Where I did a comedy show
and like I know that I'm like you know, you'd be like, Papa, you do the same thing. Listen, bro, I mean, like, this is the thing. I remember I got shit on because I made a take, and I forget exactly what I said. Oh, it was like weird. It was like unintelligent racism. I know that sounds weird, but like, and people are like, oh, so you think racism is intelligent? No, but like, there's it's like, this is like, remember when we were talking about the B family video? That shit felt fucking racist, bro. Like, just hearing the word, I can't put my finger on it, you know? And it's like, that's the kind of shit, like, you can't prove it, because like nowadays people are good at hiding their racism, you know what I mean? Like, they know what to say without saying it, you know what I mean? And you can't, it's like you can't get them because it's like on a technicality. It's, well, I didn't say they were black, you know what I mean? It's like when somebody goes, look at that dirty neighborhood over there. You know, it's like, well, there's a lot of black people there. I didn't say it's because they're black, okay? There's a couple of white guys there. It's not racist, you know what I mean? It's like that. And you're like, okay, I guess I get what you're saying. You know? It's like, all right. That kind of shit.
And the woman kept heckling the show, but the way she was doing it...
Because just so you know, agreeing with them outright is also kind of... If I was just like, you know what, you're right, everything's racist, without understanding it personally, that would also be pandering to black people. That's people that understand. Like, if I was just like, you know, it is all racist. Like, it might be, but if I can't like see it myself, I can't honestly say that yes, it is. Even if I'm wrong, I'm fine for being wrong, but I want to at least be honest. So I was just like, yep, it's all racist. Then like, I'm also being racist. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta do your best to be honest. And sometimes there's like an area there where it's like, you know what? I get there's definitely an issue here, and you might be right, but I don't see it. That's the thing. I think that's the most honest thing you could do, because I can't just be like, everything's fucking racist. Because like, I personally don't see it. I don't want to just pander to people. Even though I'd rather be wrong than like appear virtuous. You know?
Spidey senses was tingling. I'm like, this girl's moving a little weird, and I think I know why, but I'm not gonna say nothing. And the comedians were all watching the back end, right? Mind you, I have a good set. I leave. I'm back there. Okay. She comes out, she starts dropping N-bombs in front of me and all the other comedians. I get excited. You wanna know why I get excited?
Yeah, because
right?
That's you, bitch.
Yeah. That's you.
Thank you.
And everybody,
because I was thinking it was that. I got the evidence now.
If you a fucked up person, I want to be able to see it, so I can call it out, so I could go, this is why I disagree. This is why you fucked up. It's much more difficult nowadays to do that because everyone's trying to toe the line, right? And the more you guys put up these barriers, what ends up happening is not that you silence this kind of rhetoric. It's not like you guys are making things better. That's not what's happening. You know what's happening instead? People are becoming much more smarter with the way that they do it, right? They start to use coded language to describe people they dislike. All of a sudden, they're thugs, right? They're this, they're that. They'll find different words to make sure you know what we talking about, but I didn't say it explicitly, so I'm good.
You know where it started? You know how it started? I remember this. Where people would use the N-word. It's like, yeah, this person's the N-word. They'd be like, bro, like, why are you calling a black person the N-word? It's like, no. There could be white N-words too. There could be white N-words. It's not because they're black. It's just because that means that they're a bad person. That's how it started. If anybody remember people making that fucking argument, that shit was crazy. I was, what the fuck are you talking about? That's where it started, bro. You know?
Me personally, I prefer it out in the open. Oh, that's how you move? Be good. Because guess what? There's some white supremacists on YouTube right now, and they get to float through this space without any issues. Wanna know why? Because they just knew what words to navigate.
Who are they talking about?
I prefer it out in the open. Oh, that's how you move? Be good. Because guess what? There's some white supremacists on YouTube right now.
I don't know what they're saying. I'm
out
just
in the open. Oh, that's how you move? Be good. Because guess what? There's some white supremacists on YouTube right now.
Oh, there's a white supremacist. Even the thing didn't hear what it said. White. Yeah, okay. Well.
And they get to float through this space without any issues. Wanna know why? Because they just knew what words
to
navigate so they don't get any issues. Me personally, let it all out. Let's see everybody's dirty laundry. Let everybody say what the fuck they thinking so we know what it is.
Well, Nick Fuentes is banned on YouTube, I thought, so it couldn't be him, is it?
And we know what to avoid. People like Andrew Tate find out, a woman finds out, oh, this guy likes Andrew Tate, this guy I'm trying to date. I'm gonna stay away from him because I know what Andrew Tate says. Now you can avoid it. You can't avoid it anymore Because guess what? Now the same guy who's watching Andrew Tate is going to watch somebody who's a little bit more coded with they
Maybe they're talking about me. Maybe I'm the white supremacist. I don't know.
shit, but holds the exact same fucking views. You didn't make the world a better place. You didn't think things safer for everybody. You just made it easier for problematic people to navigate the space. That's it. That's all you did.
You're giving out the codes. Basically, that's what you're doing.
That's it.
You're giving out the. You're
gave
the
the game
fucking
away.
ways. You're the ways application for them.
Yep.
Could be John Trump. Maybe.
Okay, we can't do that. We're gonna do that instead.
I don't think that's what they were talking about.
Zilla, who
Oh look, CoffeeZilla had the pretty much exact same take as us. Let's see.
He's gonna go after. Look at that.
Zilla said, "I dislike Tate, but kids are gonna grow up thinking their only weapon against stupid ideas is deplatforming."
I did the same thing, brother.
Bro, my dude heard the exact same take as us, or what he thinks is the exact same take. He went, well, this one doesn't sound so bad. Well, this one doesn't sound so bad. It's coming from CoffeeZilla, not these fucking idiots. No, let me be nuanced. Let me think about this thing. Bro, it's the same fucking thing you thought that we said in the person behind us. Why are you pondering all of a sudden?
And nobody's saying shit.
Oh, all of a sudden.
And nobody, and
Watch
fucking crickets.
Okay.
Fucking crickets on the team.
Okay.
What happened to the rest of y'all?
All right.
Y'all, what? Tabarnak, man.
Hey, you know what? I'm starting to see what Jadion was saying about the liberal racists. I'm starting to see it.
Play this shit.
Hey, listen, because listen, I could sit here and be like, well, it's because you defended Fresh and Fit, and that's why they're being less charitable too, and then that could dispel part of the racial narrative. But I will say, how is it happening so much? You know what I'm saying? How is it happening so much? Sometimes there's just a difference in perspective, and maybe things get lost in the sauce. But you're not watching the guy's video, so you're not even interested in engaging with the guy. And you even said that you had a lot of good takes. So you just disagree with this one or whatever. And now all of us, you know what I mean? It's well, CoffeeZilla doesn't usually have bad takes. That's what he ended up saying later. You know what I mean? It's how would you not get to that point? You know?
It just doesn't happen that often, the deplatforming.
Huh? What the fuck are you talking about? Deplatforming happens all the time.
Hey, listen, bro. I was deplatformed off of TikTok, I will say. So.
Cancel culture is not this fake thing. There's people with menial jobs who lose it because they said something on Twitter or on Instagram.
Sometimes, not as much though. But didn't that happen? Didn't who did this? There's a content creator there's a 13-year-old who said guacamole N-word penis, and then the mom lost her job, and some big person got them deplatformed. Who are we talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, geez.
It's about the life. That's not famous people.
No.
That's everybody. Everybody I know. Is on
he shared a meme, a dumb meme, and then his mom got fired or something. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel I don't have all the information on that story, but I remember that.
Second account, third account. A lot of people I know. It's not because of their take. Sometimes it's meme. Sometimes it's risky shit. Sometimes it's just showing breastfeeding. Yeah. Sometimes it's just showing art. Sometimes it's just what? Are you high or are you late?
Yep.
C'est de retard. I'll say it in Quebec or so.
Sky Jackson. Okay. Yeah.
And again, this isn't misinfo. This is a violent hate group. Are kids going to think that? Are kids going to think that about when ISIS's YouTube channel got banned?
What? What are you talking about? ISIS is not the same as Andrew Tate. Bro, this is the shit that people grab onto. They go well, this guy's making the dumbest fucking low IQ comparison possible, so he has to be all wrong. You're just giving ammunition to the fucking tater tots, guys. I mean, Ethan, you're doing the wrong thing. You're jerking off your audience. Your audience is yes, Ethan, I agree, but it's because your audience, but you're not reaching out to the people who need to hear it, which is the kids that are fucking gravitating towards Andrew Tate. You're not getting them. You look like a fucking idiot. That's all that's happening. You're just giving them ammunition, dude.
What are these wild comparisons? One can say Andrew Tate is bad, his ideas are terrible, and not compare him to fucking ISIS or the Ku Klux. Honestly, it's almost insulting. It's almost insulting to black folks to compare Andrew Tate to the Ku Klux. What are you smoking? ISIS? What are these comparisons? Jesus. These people are making the most wild analogies to make someone out to be bad. And that's what they always do, right? Anytime someone's bad, who are they, right? They're the mustache man, right? They're the triple...
Oh, Hitler. Okay.
Case.
Ball mustache man.
Yeah. I'm just damn, can you guys not make an argument against these ideas without comparing them to the worst fucking humans that have ever existed? Is that not possible?
Comparisons are normal, but it's not even they use the comparison to strengthen an argument. There's no argument. It's just the comparison. That's it. There's no argument from Ethan. He didn't even watch the video. He's just it's basically just KKK and move on. But you can't really roll through that because the glaring difference is actual advocation of death, right? Andrew Tate thinks women are less than and need to be taken care of. He panders to them. That's wrong. That's not the same, or not panders to them, patronizes them. That's wrong. It's not the same as hanging black people in trees, right? Like, so we understand that these are wildly different. And wildly different.
Whittian, that's no surprise. I mean, censorship in 4K. Andrew Tate has been banned. Yada, yada, yada. I don't agree with him, but banning people because they say stuff you don't like is just straight soft. You mean like the KKK?
Stop!
Do you notice it? Do you see it now? Do you see it?
No.
Whenever it's a black person, whenever it's a black person, whenever it's a
You're too stupid to understand unless I talk about the KKK.
I mean, they might be right. He didn't bring it up to CoffeeZilla. He just kept bringing it up with Fresh and Fit. And I mean, like, there's only 3 people that we talked about in that instance. It was Abba and Preach, CoffeeZilla, and Gideon. When it came to Abba and Preach and Gideon, he brought up the KKK. When it came to CoffeeZilla, he didn't. So maybe he is trying to invoke like a racial argument. You know, I mean, I don't know, dude. Why are you bringing up? Why don't you just say Nazis? You're Jewish. You could like be like, you know, you want them to bring Nazis back, and then you could play victim. So you want me to kill them? You want them to kill me? You know what I mean? Like, you could do that. It is a little suspicious, bro. You know, it is a little suspicious. Okay, it's a little sus.
Oh my
Go
God.
fuck yourself, dude.
Oh my
Go
God.
fuck yourself. You bucket hat bullshit bitch.
A little suspicious.
Yo.
Did you notice?
A little sussy.
I just want the audience to know.
Dumb bitch.
And this is why I would much rather that all these like white supremacy people had their channels. You want to know why? Because instead I wouldn't have to deal with fucking losers like L3H3 doing this very like innuendo, subversive type of like belittling of black people, right? Because this shit is way more infuriating than what like someone called me the N-word. I'll be honest with you. You want to know why? Because this is patronizing to a degree you cannot fucking understand. In the art world, I've dealt with so many fucking losers like this guy who are like, I'm here to fight for women. I'm here to fight for fucking minorities. These people have the worst opinions in their heart of hearts about these people. They think you're too fucking dumb. They just don't outwardly say it.
That's crazy, dude. That's fucking nuts. Because, like, it's weird to hear that take of, like, I'd rather be called... Because I've been hearing a lot of black people say it. Where they're, like, for a while, they don't say the N-word. They'll be like, I'd rather... They do. They say, I'd rather you just call me the N-word, like, in general. They don't say it to me, right? Because they gave me the pass, you know? Just kidding. I'd rather just know that you're racist, call me the N-word, than, like, play this, like, pandering bullshit. Like, clearly, to me, I mean... I don't know, dude. I would never have imagined, but like the patronizing, I guess it's like the whole thing with like the flag. What is the bullshit flag? The fucking loser flag called Confederate flag. Then there are black people. Some black people are like, you know what? Sometimes I prefer it when it's there. I know who to stay away from. You know what I mean? When you have somebody pretending to be nice to you, you know, it's crazy.
They don't outwardly say it. Look how every time it's a black person, well, what if this was the Ku Klux? Like, we're too stupid to take ourselves out of our own experiences and try to understand other people. Back in the day, these motherfuckers would just say what they thinking. Like, listen, yeah, you know, I love black people and I want you guys to do well, but I don't think...
All right, relax. I don't love black people. Just black women. When it's a black guy in porn, I don't know why I took it right to porn. I can't watch it, though. But when it's a black girl, I'm all for it. But when it's a black guy, I can't watch it. Because, I've said this before, but I'm the penis. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if it's a black penis, I'm like, I'm not a black guy. I already have to, like, pretend that I have a huge dick, because I don't. But now as a black, I'm like, I'm not a black guy. You know what I'm saying? That's not sus. Every white person does the same fucking thing. Okay, most of them do. Some of them probably don't care. But I can't get into the role. I can't get into the role, bro. I can't get into the role. I'm a white guy. I don't identify with that guy. The role, bro, when I'm watching the porn, it's usually like POV. The guy's fucking the girl. If it's a black guy, I don't get it. You know what I mean? See, people get it. You guys are pretending to be offended. Okay? See, people understand where I'm coming from. See? I'm the penis. Yes. I'm right. Listen, I'm just brave enough to say it. Okay? I'm just brave enough to say it, dude. It makes sense. It makes sense. Okay? It makes sense. All right?
You guys can take care of yourself, so let me just do it for you. I don't
Thank
think
you.
just come out and say that shit. You know what I mean?
Just like fucking Piker, what his name is?
Hassan?
Stupid ass.
I didn't watch that.
You're only trans.
Hassan's relationship with the trans community is
The Willie Mack throw out there. I like that.
interesting. He once lost a trans-related debate, and people in his community were rightfully upset with him because they felt like he made them look bad.
My issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans shit, brought on a known trans.
I love that like Hassan is now attached to every one of Ethan's bad political takes because he's getting all of his political takes from Hassan, and it's rightfully deserved. Okay.
Knowing he might bring up transphobic shit, you aren't exactly a Vosh at trans debates.
Fair point. Let's see how humble his response is.
I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day. Okay.
Wow.
There you go.
Like, what does that mean? Like, when you think about it, like, honestly, like, let's put the joking aside for a second.
The rest of your life is as
Humble his responses.
I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day. Okay.
Like, my understanding, that's a trans person. That's my understanding. I believe that's in there. It's like the beginning of it. What do you think he means? I hope that your life is horrible. The rest of your life is as horrible as it is now. Like, you're talking to a trans person that you know they're trans. I'm pretty sure they're trans. If I'm wrong about this, then like ignore everything I said. But I'm pretty sure I remember them being trans. And like, what do you mean you hope it's horrible? Like, you hope that the issues that trans people deal with, this person is also dealing with, and you hope it really fucks them up. You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, that would be like kind of like the bigotry, like the subtle bigotry. It's like, why would their life be? Why would you assume their life is? You know what I mean, bro? What does that mean, brother?
I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible.
I respect the attempt to change minds. The person, that's what they said about him.
As it is every
like they were being so nice.
Single day. Okay. There you go. Suck my dick.
And I want people to have a better, more positive approach to dealing with issues.
I despise you. I despise you more than anything else on the planet.
Oh, it says as a trans person. I was right. Okay, I remember that. See, I'm smart.
And you are fucking cancer.
That's my ultimate goal, and I feel like I achieved that.
You are cancer in this community, and you're cancer in every community.
Wow.
Suck my dick. For the past 15 months, you've been able to fucking hide in these ranks. You catboy fuck. You are just a
15 months. Catboy fuck. Wait, what?
Suck my dick. For the past 15 months, you've been able to fucking hide in these ranks. You catboy fuck. You.
Wait, is that like a trans? Wait, is he trying to say that like that person, like you, I don't know, dude. Because usually catboys are very feminine looking. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but like, is he trying to say that like they're not really trans? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Their name was Catboy something. Okay. All right, maybe you're right. Catboy collect. Okay, yeah, there. Okay. I'm just saying, bro. It's like really suspicious here. It's sussy.
Are fucking cancer. For the past 15 months, you've been able to fucking hide in these ranks. You catboy fuck. You are just a trans person. Sorry, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
See, like I said, it's a good thing you guys are in here to catch that stuff. Hold on.
Hide in these ranks. You catboy fuck. You are just a trans person. Sorry, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Hey, you're just a trans person. You don't know shit about trans issues, bro. Hey, you know what? There are instances where people who aren't trans might be more educated about trans issues in some capacity if they take it. They put a lot of effort into it. But like, how are you not going to listen to a trans person express themselves and go, okay, I get what you're saying? Like, if you're not the trans person and you do your best to educate yourself, like, you should be open to every perspective and be like, fuck. And be like, okay, so what did I do that was wrong? You know what I mean? Just listen to that fucking criticism. What do you think I did wrong? And I'd be like, you know what? I disagree with you. I don't know. Like,
you're just a trans person. That was a mask-off moment.
That was wild.
And when the
That was fucking wild.
When the trans person came out and said, "Oh, this is what you think I think you're doing," you're just a that's a moment.
That was a moment.
That's a moment.
That's a moment I went, oh!
That's when you realize what these people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Shit.
I mean, bro, like, I just want you to understand. You can be as upset as you want about this fucking video, all you want, but like, this is the true decline of Ethan Klein. This is the true Ethan decline. I'm just saying, because there's a lot of level-headed commentary content creators that are starting to displace the disingenuous fucking commentary people like Ethan. It's just happening. I think people are naturally tired of just getting fucking pandered to. I'm not trying to jerk myself off because I'm a small content creator, but my views have been going up too. And I'm just doing my best to be as fucking normal and as like honest as possible, even if I'm wrong. And you know what, dude? I think people are responding to it. And that's the reason why, sorry, I keep saying fresh and fit. I'm racist. I think they all look the same. I'm just kidding. That's why Abba and Preach are so popular. Because like people, like, even if you disagree, these guys are fucking chill about it. They are intelligent and they fucking like listen to criticism. You know what I'm saying, dude? People are tired of like let me just say what you want to fucking hear. Because that's what it sounds like, bro. That's what a lot of it sounds like from Ethan. And I don't even think he realizes it anymore. I think that like he's programmed in his head because he's been so fucking terminally online for so long. He's got it programmed in his fucking head where he's like, guys, this is what I'm supposed to say. And I'm so used to thinking that, I'm going to go with it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.